So today we finna watch Dio, the generational hater. Now, one of y'all sent this video to me on Discord, and I'm not gonna lie, this title really resonates with my soul. If you was watching my JoJo Bizarre Adventure reactions, bro, we've been calling Dio a generational hater for the longest time. I've been calling him a generational hater, a generational level hater for the longest time. You know how I feel about Dio. So seeing this title, I had to click on the video. I have to watch this. This video and me, we connected. First of all, it's CJ the Champ, so I already know this finna be funny. Second of all, bro, you see the title. I don't even want to do too much explaining, bruh. You feel me? So we finna get into this, see what it's talking about, y'all saying. But before we get into it, you already know, I want to ask y'all to hit the like button, subscribe, join the empire. Helps me out, helps the channel out, helps the channel grow. I appreciate the support. Without further ado, let's get in here, bro. Let's see what CJ got for us with Dio. Bro, I hate Dio.
Take a step, I dare you. So he tries to climb it, but he keeps on climbing the same stair over and over and over again.
What's funny about this scene, bro, I seen people talking about this scene. It was basically like a fan drawing of like Dio picking up Poneriff and keep putting him down the steps, like him it was probably his stand that was doing it, but it's kind of funny to think that he was actually going downstairs and physically picking up Poneriff every single time. He just looked like a hater off them stairs, bro. Like, come on.
Dio's like, wow, what's wrong? You on 400 pink or something? You know what? While you struggle with your lag spikes, I'm gonna sit in this chair that's conveniently here right over this staircase.
Son. Straight oral farming. That's one thing I gotta give to Dio. He a top level oil farmer, bro. I gotta give it to him for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to return to the round table of Black Air Force activity. And our greatest challenger yet has finally approached to be judged and to take his rightful seat at this sacred table of menaces. And it is none other than the greatest hater in anime history, Dio. The king of hating ass niggas, the pettiest of the petty. Probably one of the greatest ops of all time. This man is truly Black Air Force incarnate. So, bro, I ain't even gonna waste no time with this one. So y'all already know we got the evidence on deck. And it is finally time to observe the generational hater. So, without further ado, Exhibit A.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Exhibit A, Dio Brando. So to understand why this man has the most out-of-pocket hatred, we gotta go all the way back to 1880. So Dio started off in the trenches. Man was playing chess for money, getting beat up in the bar, and living in this old-ass shack, so bro hella down bad. So his dad is dying, right? So he tells him, alright, listen here, boy. When I die, take this letter to the Joestar family. Now you see them niggas.
Yo, CJ the Champ got a unique skill to make anything he's dubbing sound like the Boondocks, bro. Like every anime he dubs just turns into the Boondocks for me. I don't know why.
Owe me a debt. I tell you, they some rich ass motherfuckers too. So you know what to do. Rob them niggas. Take every last cent. Make Pappy proud. So he dies. So Dio's at the cemetery and he's like, about damn time your old ass died. I ain't gonna lie, I hated you. You drove mama to die. You was a piece of shit. So you can eat a dick on the pussy.
He did do that.
So later on, Dio pulls up to the Joestar mansion. So Jonathan's like, hi, my name's Jonathan. This is my dog, Danny. So Dio's like, that's your dog? Yeah, isn't he great? Shit, nigga, fuck your dog. Oh my God, bro, somebody call Peter. This nigga just needs the dog. Bro ain't even been here for a minute and he already started shit.
Oh my God. Just off the fact he can just hit a dog like that. Yo.
Look at him, bro. He already ready to scrap. So the dad come out and he like, yo, what are y'all doing? And Dio's like, oh, I am terribly sorry. That filthy animal was in my personal space. So George tells Jonathan, all right, listen, Dio's gonna be living here from now on. So Jonathan goes over to touch his bag, but Dio grabs his hand and elbows him in the chest. So he comes down and he's like, listen, little nigga, this is my house now. I run this bitch, so I want to hear from your little spoiled ass.
Jonathan gonna return the favor, bro. He gonna return.
Time goes on as they start
he gonna return it with interest.
Jonathan's having this boxing match.
But
so
not
the ref's
now.
like, hey, just to let you know, your opponent got changed.
Huh?
Yeah, you gonna be fighting him.
Oh my God.
Round one.
I think Dio won this, right?
Fight.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, he can't even hit him. And a beautiful body shot landed by Dio. And a beautiful right straight to the jaw.
Oh my God. Jonathan, get up.
Oh my God, yo, this man just watched him in front of his hometown.
Yeah.
So after Dio humiliated Jonathan, Jonathan started talking to, Arena and everything. So this man Dio decided to do the pettiest shit. He pulls up on her and says, hey, you JoJo girl, he been looking a little happy lately, and I don't like that a bit. Oh my gosh, bro, this man is so petty.
Bro, arrested, yo. He should have got arrested right here, bro. That's bait. That's bait with the R, bro. Like, yo, Dio, this should have been the end of Dio right here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you thought your first kiss was gonna be with JoJo? Nah, it was with me, nigga.
So many memes. So many memes.
So later on, Jonathan ends up running up on Dio. And bro's like, how dare you raise your voice at me? You should learn some respect. So he elbows him in the nose. And bro's like, stupid.
Wait, hold on.
He ends up running up on Dio.
Is this actually the first time when like Jonathan confronts Dio about the like bro, we can see the Haman. This is like before he learned the Haman already. We already seeing the Haman. Wow, I just noticed this. There were signs. Okay.
Dio. And bro's like, how
you
dare
learn
you
something
raise
new
your
about
voice at
JoJo
me?
every day.
You should learn some respect. So he elbows him in the nose. And bro's like, stupid little nigga. You just mad because I raised up your girl real good. But then Jonathan just started laying the hands on him. So Dio's like, how dare you lay your hands on my beautiful face? I swear to God, I'm gonna shake your ass.
Get your crying ass
George
up.
ends up stopping him. So Dio's like, don't think you're getting away with this. I don't take L's. So later on, the butler is walking outside and he's at the furnace and he sees this box. So he's like, oh, it's just a box. So he lights the furnace, but then something start banging. So then later on in the day, they having a funeral because the dog was in the furnace. Oh my God, bro, this man Dio put the dog in the furnace to burn him. Oh my God. So a couple of years pass and they end up becoming friends. Well, not really, because this man Dio is fake as hell.
He was faking.
So George Joestar has gotten sick and he has a very bad cough. So the thing is, Dio has been giving this man medicine the whole time, but not his real medicine. This man has been poisoning him the entire time.
Bro, I don't understand how people could offend Dio, bro. It's like, this is why I especially hate Dio, bro. I've said this before. Bro, you got taken out of the slums, bro. Like, I understand he had a bad upbringing. He was living in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And living in the trenches, trench baby, right? He had a little rough start. I mean, killing a dog is kind of crazy. Feel me? I don't even know where I was going with this, bro. After I brought up the dog, it just made me flare up on Dio even more. Basically, bro, you had an opportunity, bro. You living in a mansion, bro. Jonathan, father really treating you good, bro. From what I remember, Jonathan father was glazing him. He was like, "Yo, Jonathan, you gotta act like Dio. You gotta start acting like Dio more. This and that and the third. And you're gonna go poison him after everything he did for you, bro. You live in lavish." I can't, bro. It's not just, yo.
And then Jonathan figured out, wait a minute. Didn't your dad have the same symptoms too? Oh my God, you killed your father. So then Dio's like, are you trying to press me right now? So he ends up swinging on Jonathan, but Jonathan just ate that.
That's that Joestar detective. But I told you, Joestar, Batman is a Joestar. Have we seen the back of Batman back? Probably see a star on that bitch.
John, boy was like, bro, you best get to stepping out of my house.
Yo.
So he ends up throwing him off the balcony. So Jonathan's like, you a fake ass nigga, and I'm
Facts.
calling the cops.
You need to leave.
So Dio ends up dipping, but he takes the stone mask. So later on, he out here drunk as hell. So he ends up running into these two dudes. So bro smacks him in the jaw.
Damn.
And he's like, this is a perfect time. Time to test out this stone mask. So he puts it on this dude and runs him into the other dude so it stabs him. So then the mask activates with the blood. And he done turned this man into a whole vampire.
Yeah.
So the dude starts to choke him out, but that top of the morning end up getting his ass. So after this, Dio pulls back up to
Top
the
of the
house.
morning to you.
So Jonathan runs up on him. He was like, yeah, I done figured out you've been poisoning my dad. So Dio's trying to plead his case. Then Speedwagon in the corner like, I don't trust that nigga with his old capping ass. And then George is behind the curtains. So Dio's like, well, I ain't got nothing to lose now.
You're
Bring
cool.
me that ass. So he ends up stabbing George. And he's like, yes, it's Morbin Tom. So they end up shooting him and Dio ends up going out the window. So about a minute later, while everybody thinking he dead, they're like, why is his body gone? And he rips this man's head clean off.
Son.
And now he's a whole ass vampire. So bro just started bodying everybody in the house. So then he goes over to fight Jonathan, but he ends up burning him. But obviously that ain't do nothing. He just shrugged it off. And yo, look at this man walking up the wall like a Louis Vuitton model.
Top
What
tier
the
oral farmer,
Nigga
bro.
said Kim K ain't got shit on me. And look at Jonathan. He like, oh my God. His zestiness is too strong. So mans had to tackle him all the way from the roof.
Yo, I love
impale
Jonathan,
this
bro.
man on a spear.
Straight
so he could
raw.
finally burn the ash, but obviously that's not gonna work.
Hello.
So after this, Dio does a bunch of shenanigans. First off, this man turned Jack the Ripper into a vampire. So then he goes over and takes over this entire village, turned basically almost everybody into zombies, kidnapped this little boy's sister, stepped on this dog. What the f is that, bro? Like, honest to God. And then, oh boy, this is probably the worst thing this man ever did. So he got this lady and her baby up here. So she's like,
remember
please,
this.
please just spare my child. And Dio's like, bitch, please, who you think I is, your baby daddy? I ain't got time to take care of your damn kid. So he turns her into a zombie and makes her eat her baby. No, I'm done. No. This is probably the first time I've ever done this, but I don't care. Go ahead and sit down, bro. I'm done.
Don't
This
even put
is-
him on the table, bro. He let me see who on the table again, bro.
Done this, but I don't care.
Nah, we got some demons on this table, bro. We got some demons on this table, bro. Like everything Dio did, bro. Yujiro killed Baki's mother right in front of his face. Hugged her to death. Right in front of your son's face. I ain't gonna lie, Yujiro got Escalade. You know what, Dio? Yeah.
Go ahead and sit down, bro. I'm done.
Yeah.
This is the most demonic shit I have ever seen. Besides when Boo faded niggas in heaven, this is right behind it. What? The
Yo, you gotta really think about it. Majin Buu really dead ass faded. Bro, the nigga said, yo, I'm not done with the fight, and went to heaven to fight his ops again.
actual
Heaven can't even
bro,
save
we ain't
niggas
even
from
done with
Buu.
Exhibit A, and I just had to go ahead and sit the mans, bro. I had to give this man a fast pass. He skipped the line. Bro said, yeah, I'll spare him, alright. So after a bunch of traumatic ass events, Jonathan finally pulls up on Dio. So he's like, wow, congratulations. You beat all of my sub bosses. Tell me real quick. How's that Zeppeli pack hitting? So then they about to scrap, but Dyer comes in and he's like, no, this is my fight. So he jumps up to kick him, but Dio grabs both of his legs and makes him do the splits.
He died. He's dead.
His entire body. Then he says, you know, men shouldn't do the splits, right? Because that's how you break your balls.
Oh my goodness.
Throat shattered this man's body. So then Jonathan comes in and slices him in half with his sword. But Dio's like, you really thought that old bullshit was gonna work? Say psych right now. Let me tell you something right now. Yo, Hamon training is ass. You are ass. So then Dio jumps at him, but Jonathan hits him with this 1080 Falcon punch. So Dio's like, impossible.
Good job, nigga. You're cooked.
So some time passes. So Jonathan and Arena end up getting married. So while they are on their honeymoon, Jonathan ends up seeing one of Dio's assistants. So he runs after him and they end up going to this casket. So bro opens the casket and he pulls Dio's head out of the casket.
Bro, Dio done lived so many times, bro. It's like I might have to call him Dio Reese. I might have to call him Dio Reese. You know how many times Dio was supposed to die? He might be on the level of Zorro, bro. Zorro Reese, Dio Reese, they might be in the same family. Dio definitely a little racist.
Then Dio says,
a little bit.
Honeymoon, nigga. Hey, first.
Actually, no, Poochie. He racist, like, Poochie an exception. You feel me?
First off, I just want to give my congratulations.
He's racist to Joestars, let's say that.
Even though I did steal your girl's first kiss. Congratulations, my bad I couldn't make the wedding, but I knew I would have been your best man, right? Tell me something real quick.
Hell no.
So bro laser beams this man, turns everybody on this ship into zombies, and ends up jacking this man's body. And he rested at the bottom of the ocean for years, 1889 to 1983.
So yeah, letting the hate marinate.
On to Exhibit B.
What is that picture?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Exhibit B, Dio. So after Dio came out of his casket in 1983, this is when he took stuff to the next level. Bro was on his Kanye arc. Nigga dropped off his last name and said, you will know me as capital D, capital I, capital O. Mans was going around beating cheeks, beat some cheeks, made Giorno, beat some more cheeks, had 3 other ugly ass kids with Jonathan's body, and he would just drink their blood after he finished beating their cheeks. Then he ended up meeting Poochie, his hating ass successor, passed down his hating ass ideology to this nigga, got his stand from Enya the Hag's ugly ass. And yo, this man was just so mysterious at the beginning of Stardust Crusaders. You ain't even see his face.
Exactly, his face was always black. No. Listen. Wait, let me see if he's gonna show the pose.
Like 45 episodes later, everybody just had.
You know how I feel about Dio, but I can't hate. This is top 5 poses in anime, bro. I can't hate. This is top 5 cleanest poses in anime, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
Stories of,
especially when he was doing the pose in the opening. You know what opening I'm talking about. Fire.
Meeting him. Avdol was like, yeah, I saw that nigga. I was walking up the stairs, right, and I saw this big motherfucker. He was licking his lips and shit. But I was like, hell no, I ain't into that freaky shit, you feel me? So I jumped out the window and I hit the dash, bro. I was stepping. Then they ran into Polnareff. Polnareff was like, yeah, I remember that nigga. Yo, he brainwashed me and shit. Mans took me into this room and he had the gypsy ball and shit. Nigga was like, I can tell your future. And he brainwashed this man Kakyoin too. But nah, it's what he did to Whole Horse. While Dio was reading a book, this man really tried to pull a gun on him. Then when he's about to shoot him, Dio's like, are you positive you want to pull that trigger? Then bro teleports right behind him. And he was like, ooh la la. I liked how you pulled that gun out on me. We should do this more often. dog had this man shaking in his boots.
The
So when
world.
they finally get to Egypt after facing all the sub-bosses, Polnareff ends up walking up on this staircase and finally finds Dio. So Dio's like, wow, congratulations, y'all made it. I mean, you down 2 people, but congratulations. Hey, but I'll tell you this though, you walk up that step, you're dead. Take a step, I dare you. So he tries to climb it, but he keeps on climbing the same stair over and over and over again. Dio's like, wow, what's wrong? You on 400 ping or some shit? You know what? While you struggle with your lag spikes, I'm gonna sit in this chair that's conveniently here right over this staircase. So then everybody else finally ends up coming in. So Dio's like, the sunlight, I must retreat. So about a minute later, they climb this staircase and they see this casket. So Joseph's like, hey, ugly ass boy, open the casket. So he opens the casket and he sees
He's
himself
in the casket, bruh.
So they like, oh shit, hey, jump. Yo, the fact that this man Dio put this man in the casket.
Bro, if you really want to think about it, he could have like ended the fight right there, bro. Dio really lost because of his cockiness. He could have ended the fight right there, but instead he wanted to show off. It was a good show off. I hope it was worth your life.
Like that. Mans killed him in the blink of an eye and shoved him in the casket just so he could give him a little scare. So they are running away and Dio's like, yes, the hunt begins. So later on, bro walking down the street and he's like, I like this car. So Dog's like, hey, what you think you're doing, cuz? This car belongs to the senator.
Your
He just
car.
breaks his arm and hops in the car. So then he looks at the senator, rips out his 2 front teeth, and he says, looks like you got a date with the tooth fairy tonight. Now get your ass in the front seat and drive. So while they driving, they hit a traffic jam. So the senator's like, yo, I can't drive. Then Dio says, you know the sidewalk's wide open, right? So he starts driving on the sidewalk and Dio says, floor it. So he made this man
crazy.
run over all these people just to get out of a traffic jam. Jesus Christ. So he finally ends up catching up to him. So Kakyoin tries to use Emerald Splash on him, but Dio just looks at it. He's like, wow, so pretty. Get that shit out of my face. Then bro socks him. So while they keep on driving, he blows the senator through their car. So
This
they
was
end up
some of
dipping
the
and
most
going on top of the roof,
craziest
so Dio
episodes
follows
in
him. So then
JoJo,
Kakyoin
bro.
sets up this trap. So it's like, I have you now. So show me your stand ability. So Dio's like, I then witness true hatred. The ratio.
What did you just say, the ratio?
So then Dio goes over to him and says, this is my stand ability, the ratio. I can stop time and ratio anybody in the amount of mere seconds. In just a
What?
blink of an eye, I could freeze your account and gain hundreds, no, thousands of likes before you even gain 1. Now, I'm about to fist you. And no pause, because we're already paused. Resume.
He got a point. I'm gonna give it to him.
So Joseph
Get
was
my nigga
like,
cockily
oh
dirty,
nah,
though.
what's the best thing I know how to do? Hit the jets and get the stepping. So while he's chasing Joseph down, he ends up punching him off this roof. So Joseph sees Jotaro and he's like, oh my God, my nigga, do not come any closer. So then Dio sees him and he's like, both of them at the same time. Time to end this mid-ass bloodline. The ratio!
I gotta give Dio his props again, bro. I gotta give him his props again. I'm not a hater, bro. I'm not a hater. Even though I don't like Dio, I gotta give him his props when the props is due. This scene right here is the top 5 scene, most best scenes in anime. Not a lot of scenes had me feeling like how this scene had me feeling, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. When he came down and said, "Wow!" Yo.
So then Dio comes down and just starts walking towards him, smacking cats, smacking people like they mannequins. And he's like, I could only used to give 1 L at a time, but now I can give 2. It'll eventually be 10 to 20 to thousands. So I leave you with my parting gift. And with that, ratio. So then he looks at Jotaro and he's like, You're next, little nigga. So Jotaro starts
Come on,
walking
Jotaro
towards
not
him, so
having
he's
that shit.
So you're approaching me? You trying to fall off like your granddaddy, nigga? But he's like, nah, I gotta get closer to you so I can beat the shit out your ass.
Yeah.
So Dio's like, I like that energy, nigga. Come get this fade. So they start boxing and Dio hits him with this nasty hook. And he's like, that's what I used to hit your granddaddy with back in the day. Now catch this ratio. So they keep on scrapping. So
I'm mad he calling it the ratio, bruh.
So while he's knocked out, he gets up and looks at the lady. He's like, hey, make yourself useful and fetch me my leg. So she started to get scared. So he said, bitch, hurry the up and give me my goddamn leg. So he ends up killing her and taking her blood. And he's like, oh, we just getting started, you overgrown man-child. I hope you're ready for a knife party. So then bro ended up throwing all these knives at this man. Like, can somebody please tell me where this man was storing all of these knives at? Like, for real, like, ain't no way that belt.
We all know where he was putting them knives at, bro. The freaky ass deal, bro. We know.
Buckle handled all of those.
We know.
So he ended up stabbing him. So while he's on the ground, Dio's like, I guess I'll just kill him with this road sign. But then Polnareff comes from the top rope. And then Dio just stops him and he's like, oh, that tickled. Go ahead and move to the side for me. So then the cops pull up, but Dio's like, really? 12. So then he starts controlling the other cop. And he's like, I need you to aim right and precisely right there. So he makes him shoot him. And yo, this man is so determined to make sure that he is dead. He is lying on the ground trying to hear a heartbeat.
This was a crazy endurance test for Jotaro,
But
bro.
you know what? Just to make sure, I'm gonna chop off his head with this road sign. But Jotaro ended up cracking him upside the head. And he hit him so hard,
he couldn't even use his legs, bro.
He's like, no, I gotta go. So he ends up stopping time and hanging onto the back of his taxi. But then Jotaro ends up chasing him down.
Where the fuck you going?
In the sewer right now. So then he ends up sitting in Dio flying. But then this man Dio starts
Low-key, I don't know how Jotaro got in the sewer, to be honest. I think maybe he broke his way. That would probably make the most sense.
screaming at him. He's like, ha ha, you fool! You fell for my trap! Don't you remember this same street? So we ended up punching him to the street that Joseph's body is at, and he ends up taking all of his blood. He sucked that man dry, pause. And now he's awakened Dio, and bro is a losing.
Where did you get the green lipstick from? Like, let's talk about it. Where did he get the, like, I gotta put this shit on quick, bro.
His mind. He's like,
yo, Dio, bro,
yes,
I can't stand this nigga.
Power. It's even giving me green lipstick.
That's what I'm saying.
Give you a big, fat, juicy kiss. So they start scrapping again, and Dio's just starting to go off the deep end now.
Now play.
This body is so juicy. Now run me my money, nigga. So Jotaro ends up going flying. So Dio's like, oh, Jojo, what do you think you're going, you sack of shit?
I kind of miss stand battles like this, bro.
With this final attack,
well, not really miss, because there's not a lot of stand battles was like this, but I kind of wanted more stand battles to be like this. You know what I'm saying? You get me? Like, I don't even know how to put it into words, bro. Like, more showing off the stands, like physical capabilities, you know, jumping. Because, like, after part 3, we ain't really never seen people, like, do the type of stuff they was doing anymore, like jumping from building to buildings. You know what I'm saying? You had Joseph swinging with Hermit Purple like he was Spider-Man. Like, yo,
finally end your mid-ass bloodline for good. The ratio. So then he comes down and he's like,
and don't get me wrong, I love how stand fights are. You know, stand fight, bro. I will never forget part 5, bro. There was literally a stand fight where the nigga, you didn't even see the nigga the whole episode, and it was still intense. It was still crazy, bro. But I do wish there was like a couple more stand fights like this. Maybe Jolene versus Planet Waves. That was pretty like, you know what I'm saying, physical.
About to create the greatest meme in anime history. 1 L has passed. 2 L's have passed. 3 L's have passed. So we gotta be thinking, okay, yo, what is this man charging up? It's gotta be like a spirit bomb or a Sengon, a Getsuga, or I don't know, a Dragon Fist. No, this man does the unthinkable.
Tractor, bro.
This man dropped a steamroller on him.
Oh, a steamroller.
Dropped a steamroller on him. Who in their right mind would think of this? Bro saying, I could end his life with anything right now. You know what I want to do? I'm going to fly over to this construction site, grab this big-ass steamroller, fly it all the way back, and slam it on this thing. What? That is just doing the most. So then he starts beating me. And for the longest time, for all these years, I thought, yo, he's beating the hell out of this with his fist. No, take a closer look. He is beating this with his elbows. He got some elbow action going on with this shit.
Dio love them elbows, bro.
You fella!
Oh, shit.
So then Dio's like, yes, I finally done it. After all these long years. Ratio power! I have finally ratioed the entire fucking Joestar family. All you bitch ass niggas fell the off. My ratio power has now exceeded to 9 elves. But then Dio ends up realizing he can't move because Jotaro just stopped time.
Stupid ass nigga.
This is bullshit.
Got him.
So then he ends up kicking him off the steamroller.
Got
him. Then they end
him.
up having one final clash. But then Jotaro hit him with a counter ratio.
They just said counter ratio.
Then he says, you know, man, there's only one.
How you ratio
you
ratio?
You just simply pissed me off. Get off my family dick. So yeah, I mean, I already sat the man, so what more could I say? I mean, I could get into some of the stuff that happens in part 6, but that would be getting into spoilers for anime only, so I'm not gonna do all that, but yeah, bro, this man is a menace. This is a demon incarnate. Man tormented this family for damn near 100 years, made a lady eat her own child, and along with dropping a steamroller on a nigga, no, pack your bags. Bro, pass this test with ease. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I forgot to record the outro, so I'll just leave y'all with this.
Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on, that beat was fuck. We gotta run that back.
Ease. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I forgot to record the outro, so I'll just leave y'all with this.
Yeah. Okay. Now do y'all understand why I hate Dio, bro? Now do you understand why I despise him? Because some of y'all don't be understanding. I be seeing y'all, some of y'all in the comments, yo, Drezu, the Dio hate is forced. Why don't you like Dio? He's a peak villain. Yes, he's a peak villain. That don't mean I gotta like him, bro. He just be doing some whole ass like. I hope Diego better, bro. I hope my nigga Diego like don't get the hate from the last universe into the new junk. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed, man. If y'all did, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, join the empire. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite part. You feel me? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Drake's Empire out.
Gotta hold my ground. Smile left and I lost and found. I don't cheese, I'ma walk and frown. Hey, you up, can you hold me down? Spin it up, cause I know you round. Left phone, what happens now? Been around, look what I got. Back wound and a face on clown. And it's cool. Got a pill for you if you choose to swing that.